Hi there, welcome back to another back post transfer video. As usual, if you're liking this, subscribe, follow, comment, engage with us, talk to us. We're relatively lonely people, so we'll reply to you. And we're back with another transfer video. Vinicius to Spurs. The Real Madrid... No, it's okay, it's not that Vinicius, it's a Benfica striker. A Benfica striker that's a little bit of an unknown quantity, I'd say. Last season, he was looking to go for quite a lot of money. Juventus, Liverpool, teams like that were kind of sniffing around him. Didn't come off, obviously. And from what I've read, he's gone off the boil slightly since then, which is worrying. But we need a striker. I wasn't too convinced about Milik with his injury record. The last thing you need is just Kane and Milik sat on the sidelines. I wasn't sure about Weghorst, however you say it. I just didn't know anything about him, really. Don't know anything about this guy. But I've had a look. I've had a look at some Benfica accounts. I've had a look at his stats. And on the face of it, you look at 18 goals and 5 assists in 32 appearances, and you think, that's not bad. And it isn't bad. Obviously, that's worth a chance and worth a punt, isn't it? It's a loan deal with an option, I think. I don't think it's an obligation to buy for 41 million-ish. The thing that I will bring up, which does concern me, is, like I said, 32 goals and 5 assists in 18 games. That sounds great. Portuguese league. I'm going to quickly talk about Vincent Janssen, because when we signed Vincent Janssen from AZ Alkmaar, he'd scored 27 in 34 appearances, which I don't know about his assists there, but he looked promising. He was, relatively young. He looked really, really clinical. And we all know how that went. I think he scored like a Premier League goal, maybe. A few penalties in the cups. It wasn't a successful signing. He's now in Monterrey in Mexico. Best of luck to him. Always liked him, but wasn't the number 9 we required. So there is shades of that about this signing. Chelsea and Inter were also sniffing around him. He came from Napoli, so Napoli clearly got him off their books. Benfica don't really seem to mind letting him leave on a loan. All of these signs are a bit Gedson Fernandez-y, aren't they, really? Just a little bit. But hey, maybe they're friends. Maybe they'll link up really well. The one thing I will say about him that did fill me with a bit more hope is that he's 6'3", and he can play that sort of target man. And for a backup to Kane, you're really looking for that sort of like what Llorente did throughout the Champions League 2 seasons ago. That's the kind of second choice option we want. We don't need another Kane. That's kind of what Janssen was. So he's a different type of player. He's a poacher. He's gonna tap him in and head him in from. There will be nice goals in there, I think, but there will be little strikers goals, Gary Lineker sort of goals. That's which is good. Which is what Kane doesn't do, because Kane drops so deep and does something spectacular and assists and scores 30-yarders and. It's a very different outlet, which if Mourinho can get the best out of, is fantastic. He's not young. He's 24, so he's not this prospect, and 24 is not old, but he should have made his way in the game by now. So that's why we're signing money. That's why we're signing him for big money, because he's not a prospect really. This is maybe one of his a chance for him to prove himself. I've heard him described, again, by the Benfica fans as like a Diego Costa type figure, which, considering we were linked with Diego Costa, doesn't seem like the worst thing. It's kind of clearly what Mourinho's after, and I think it's the kind of player we do need back at Tottenham. I don't really understand why we let Llorente leave last season. I thought he was fantastic for us in the Champions League running, and just a really good person to just lump the ball up to. So, and sometimes in football, that's what you got to do. So that's all I have really on this guy. It's a risk, obviously, but it's not as big as a risk as not signing a striker, is it? And then Kane getting injured. So, I'm looking forward to it. We've had the Fabrizio Romano here we goes, and don't know, maybe he'll take the number 14 is my guess, because Bale took the 9, which is good, because I didn't really want a striker having the pressure of the number 9 shirt at Tottenham with the likes of Soldado and Janssen. Me and my mate were discussing this the other day, and we decided that probably the best actual player to wear the number 9 for Tottenham was Pavlyuchenko. So it's been that long. Crouch and Defoe wore 15 and 18. Adebayor wore 10, 25. Yeah, it's been Pavlyuchenko. So if he can be the next Pavlyuchenko, welcome to Spurs, and tell your dad. Cheers.